on your little
check out
video
more
there.
videos like this one
Didn't ask
online.
their permission.
Is anyone interested in an interview? I'd really like to know who here opposes chalking. I would like to
Why did you flip me off
ask
today
some
in court? That wasn't very
questions.
peaceful.
One camera can go directly at the other
It's
camera.
not very
How about
peaceful
that?
to flip people off in court. Okay.
You flipped off this good-looking woman in court? I flipped her? You flipped her
No,
off?
I did about 6 people saw
The funny thing is my iPhone was recording the whole time.
I don't know, David.
Well, that's not very nice to flip people off. I don't support flipping people
Well,
off.
you support this guy, and that's what he does. He also called me the B word, the C word, and a lesbo. So
I don't support name calling either.
you might want to have a conversation with him about
Okay,
that.
he can hear me saying that. I'm not in charge of him. You understand that, right?
Associate with him.
You know, that's why you should talk to all your boys and stop saying, you know, racist thing.
I don't support
I
racism.
could show you a video
That's
when,
funny
when that
because
big
that
dude
comes
over
out of
there,
his
the tall
mouth
one,
almost every time.
says,
You
this
might
fucking
wanna-
What are you
Jew.
talking about?
might-
I can only talk to one person at once. I'm sorry. What now? You saw a video of what?
I got a video of that guy over there, which you guys put on the internet, and he says, "Oh, this fucking Jew."
Yeah, I have a problem with statements like
and
that.
He's one of your guys.
And somebody that I know of has talked to him about it. He's not one of my guys. I don't have guys.
Well,
I'm an individual.
one
Do you
of-
have guys?
Huh? Oh yeah, I got
It's-
plenty of
You do?
It's
Okay.
funny
Well, I
that-
don't
it's funny
control
that your
anybody.
church that supports all of these people, the second they do something, all of a sudden you don't know anything about them, or they're not part of your group or something like that.
Look for the
Well,
video.
to my knowledge, that gentleman is not a church member. If you
throw
want,
your hands up
Oh, no,
every
they
chance
record it
you
themselves and put it on
can, every
YouTube.
time one of these guys does
Is it
something.
racist?
Say,
So
Okay.
like,
well, this
The founder
Derek is
said-
actually a blogger at Free Keene. So if
Okay.
you have a complaint with something that he's done, I'd love to
Okay.
hear what that is. This other gentleman is just a local.
Making racist comments earlier, was it? So
that would be
can you give an
calling
example?
Terry the N-word.
Excuse me?
That would be you calling Terry the N-word.
Do you have any evidence that I have ever done anything like
Try not
that?
editing your footage out and you'd have it.
Well, why don't you
because
show
that
me?
video of Terry coming across the street,
Were you even there that night?
I was not there.
speed it up before that.
Well, I wasn't even there that night, so you might
Okay.
want to check the tape.
Are you sure about that?
I'm positive
I
I
think-
wasn't there.
In the
Because
same way that
every
he was
time I come
wrong-
to the comment, you're there.
I think in the same way that he was wrong about you carrying a gun, you're also wrong about him being there.
Yeah,
that night.
I was kind enough to admit when I made a mistake. I think it'd be appropriate that you admit that you've made a mistake now.
Was it one of the other cameramen? Was
It
it?
must have been because I wasn't there that evening.
I think Garrett was there that evening, and
Then
he would
I
never say anything
apologize. It
racist.
wasn't you. It might have been one of your other cameramen. But
Okay,
this goes back.
I accept that apology.
This
I
goes
appreciate
back
that,
to
thanks.
your church throwing out racial statements.
No, my church would never say anything racist.
Really?
Can you show me what you're talking
I'm
about?
going to show you
He's
right now.
pulling it up right now.
Who from the Shire Free Church?
Well, it was their own video, so they can't say shit. I want to show them.
Now, the political view of your house.
Well, I mean, if there's a Shire Free Church minister who's saying something racist, I definitely want to know about that.
Okay. So what about the people who aren't ministers? Because I just was in the meeting and heard that all you have to do is be approved by the board to become a minister.
No,
So
that's
how do we
only
know
the
that-
Shire Free Church Monadnock. If you want to become a minister, there is another process involved, which is all basically up to you. You have to sign the Shire Society Declaration, which is a statement of peace.
So what's the
and
difference?
racists are not welcome.
So how do we know that you don't just make someone a minister and then the second they say something, you pull it away?
Well, each individual gets to decide who is a minister and who is not. There's no one who's in charge, and I know that may be a difficult concept for people to understand.
I'm pretty sure in your bylaws that were just written off that the board of directors has to sign off on ministers.
No, that would only be for other board of directors members on the Shire Free Church Monadnock. So you're welcome to visit the church website at church.shiresociety.com. And it's
Yeah,
all
no, I'm
written.
all set.
It's all written out there. I mean, if you're honestly, genuinely curious about how that works, it's
And
all
what's
written
the
out there.
guy's name with the giant fro?
That's Garrett. He is not a Shire Free Church minister.
Okay, because he needs to stop saying anti-veteran stuff to veterans because he's going to say it to the wrong group.
Well, I can't control what he says. You'll have to talk to him directly. I
But
expect
this
he'll
is one of-
probably be
This is
here
another one
tonight.
of those moments where you throw your hands up.
Right.
You
I don't know
create-
how to explain to you.
create
I'm
this
not in
church.
charge of anyone, right? So you can tell me what you want Garrett to do, but I'm not in control of Garrett.
Okay.
If you want to give Garrett feedback, you should talk to him directly about what he's done.
Okay.
Okay. And again, I'm happy to see any kind of evidence you have about a Shire Free Church minister, especially one of the board members of the Shire Free Church Monadnock.
But how do I know you don't just change who the board members are? Because you guys hold all the paperwork. It's not like it's public knowledge who the board members are. So you could just instantly say,
Well, it
oh,
is
this
public
person's
knowledge
not.
who. It is public knowledge who was on the articles of agreement when
Okay,
it was
who
filed
is it?
with the New Hampshire. Well, that would be Wendy,
Who's Wendy?
Wendy French. That would be Daryl Perry, myself, Ian
Can you
Freeman,
point out any of those people?
Jay
here?
Freeville. Daryl was here. I think he might have gone inside.
Ponytail.
And then Mark
big-
Edgington will be
Is
the
he
fifth.
the bigger guy?
He's a big guy.
Okay,
Yeah,
he was in there earlier.
that's right.
Okay,
Mhm.
and then the guy that was wearing the suit,
And what's your name?
Matt Ferrari.
Matt. I appreciate that. I'm Ian.
I'm not going to shake your hand.
Okay.
I don't agree with anything you stand up for, so I'm
So-
not allowed to shake your hand.
Okay.
Ian,
Well, I appreciate the
Ian?
discussion. I appreciate the conversation. I bet there are things we agree on. You just don't know what they are yet.
I highly doubt that.
That's not time well spent.
Bye now.
Ian, can I ask you a question?
Limited amount of time. I've got to go inside
Another
soon.
time, we'll go in. Are you guys up to fire code in your building
Well,
with the amount of people that live in there?
I'm not sure what you're getting at, Rodney.
Well, how many people live in your building?
It's none of your business.
Are you up to fire code? City code?
I don't own the building, Rodney.
But you have your radio show in there, right? Right? You have your radio show in there?
Is your house up to fire code?
Yes, it is.
Well, I don't know what the fire codes are, so I have no knowledge of that.
Enough bathrooms in that house to maintain everybody in there?
It's really none of your business. It's a private residence. I'm not going to ask you private questions about yourself, Rodney, and I don't. I'd
I'm
appreciate
just-
it if you
I
would
was just-
respect the same thing.
Just curious about it. Thank you.
Okay.
It's like Rodney was continuing to ask some pretty invasive questions about a private residence, which, out of the blue, it would just be totally weird to ask those kinds of questions to a complete stranger. I don't know this guy. He doesn't look like any friends of mine, and he's asking about how many bathrooms are in my house. How absurd. In what planet does this make any sense? So here we are at City Hall. Let's see what happens inside.